13th of March, Rabbi Levitt, Pele, Yoetz.
Wow, I've got a very exciting screen over there.
Yeah.
Everyone's showing up in it, it looks like.
Very active this morning, Rabbi.
What's the cause of that? Okay. Okay, so yeah, so he makes an important point over here that lest somebody say, oh, this pasuk is only talking about guarding one's physical life. And in fact, that is the I guess what you could say the pshat, the pashut pshats. But maybe it's also equally pashut, says the Pele Yoetz, that it's included in his obligation to guard his life is to not do virus and do anything that is improper. And how is that included in the pasuk? Because of the fact that Chazal, he shows us, the Chazal tells us more than once that somebody who does an avera, there's a language of the Gemara that it's like he's forfeited his life. So we see that it's not and he seems to imply that that's not simply in it's not simply in Olam Haba, but it is seems like his understanding is that it's in Olam Hazeh as well, and so therefore, in order to be shomer this pasuk and guard your life in this world, you have to. One part of that is to not do any sin or do anything bad. Yeah, it's clear because he's talking about that his life will be he'll have to give an account for the fact that if he dies, his blood and the blood of his descendants that he could have fathered will be demanded of him by Hashem, because that was because he forfeited his physical life by doing averas. Wow. Okay. Okay. And okay, we also in the very end of this sentence we see this idea that we've explored more than once, I think, this idea of he'll eat the fruits in this world, and the principle will remain for him in the world to come. And who's he describing over here? Somebody who is who acts properly, acts with properly with his money. Okay. A round of applause for page 343. Hooray! And now we go to included in guarding oneself, something else which is included in this pasuk. And we go to Roy to continue.
Included in guarding oneself is not to guard excessively and not to neglect his maker's service by saying, there's a young lion on the road, there's a lion between the streets, see Mishlei. Likewise, a person should not neglect the service of his maker in the summer because of the heat and in the winter because of the cold. Even though a person says when he eats to his satisfaction and bloats his stomach and drinks much wine, sleeps through the morning, naps in the afternoon and other times, that he is doing all these things for the sake of heaven, to guard his person and his health, that this is not but the counsel of the evil inclination. This can be compared to the analogy of the fox who told the fish to come up to the dry land in order to flee and be saved from the fishermen. The fish replied with a decisive response. If we are afraid in the place of our natural existence, how much more so will we be afraid in the environment of our death? And it is written in Koheles, a person who keeps a mitzvah will not know anything bad. Our sages in Kedushin remarked, agents of a mitzvah will not be injured, either in their going or in their returning. If a person incurs any damage when good and his benefit, if a person incurs any damage when performing a mitzvah, he must believe with absolute faith that it is for his good and his benefit. The little that he suffers mitigates a potentially greater harm. Behold, the sages in Shabbat quoted, Rebbe Yosef said, may my portion be with those who die while on the way to a mitzvah, for their death is their atonement, and they are invited to the life of the world to come. However, a place where danger is prevalent is different. For example, beneath a shaky ladder, or in a place where there are bands of robbers and wild animals. Then a person must pull back his hand and miss the mitzvah. Behold, the Torah said, and live by them. Vayikra. A person requires a balance and scale of justice to adjudicate his matters with proper discernment. He should not increase his guarding in a place where the sages said to decrease, and he should not decrease his caution in a place where they said to enhance it. This is the general rule in a situation in which damage is likely to come naturally and is caused by a human being who has free will. A person should not rely on a miracle, even for a mitzvah, and he should not do anything outside the natural order. However, for all other concerns, he should not be worried at all. A man must trust in the name of Hashem and rely on his God, on his Lord, that nothing bad will happen to him while he is keeping a mitzvah for the sake of heaven. If it happens that he is compelled to enter into a place of danger and he has no alternative, he must preface the trouble with the prayer to God that he perform for him a miracle in accord with his compassion and kindness from the storage house of gracious gifts, and that it not be deducted from his merits. Afterwards, his heart should be confident and trusting in Hashem. With a firm heart, he should not be afraid or scared, as I wrote above in the entry, Pachad. See there.
Okay, very good. So should we take a look at this pasuk in Koheles? A person who keeps a mitzvah will not know any bad, and then the Gemara in Kedushin, agents of a mitzvah will not be injured in their going and returning. And let's take a look over there.
Okay.
So first we're looking at where?
Koheles.
Mishlei 26, not Mishlei, Koheles. This is Koheles
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, the pasuk in Mishlei is talking about he's not really so he's just making an excuse because he's lazy. So he says there's a lion in the road. Maybe there's a lion in the road, so I won't go out to Daven Mariv or learn in the base medrash tonight.
Koheles 17:30. Eight, 5.
then Kohelet. Kohelet 8:5.
Well, that's all it says anyway. Just the same. Nothing more.
Okay, Kohelet 8:5.
The hell doesn't amplify it much at all.
Oh, no.
The unless you read 6 and 7 as well.
Oh, look who's here. Robert Lefkowitz.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Robert,
Welcome.
welcome at 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, Florida time.
Wow.
All right. Good morning,
Okay.
Robert. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome, Robert.
Good morning, Robert. Great to see you. Okay, so I detected that Roy was interested in seeing this pasuk in Mishlei. So we will take a look at this pasuk. Hey! Wow.
All right.
Robert, we can actually see you now. Wow.
All the way from America.
Orlando, Florida, right?
Isn't Zoom amazing?
Okay.
The posuk just simply what do you call it? Repeats what we've said here, but doesn't add anything to what we've got here, unless you read 6 and 7 as well.
Okay, I'm looking up Mishlei 26:13.
Oh, 13. Oh, this is another one. All right.
That's the pasuk that the
Mishlei doesn't.
Pele Yoetz is quoting over here. Pasuk in Mishlei 26:13. Amar Atzeo. So says the Atzeo. You know what Atzeo means?
Lazy one?
The lazy one. The lazy one says, Oi, shachal badorech. There's a shachal on the road. Ari, bein harachovos. So therefore he doesn't want to venture out into the night.
Oh, Mishlei. Oh,
So he decides that he's going to stay inside. So he makes it sound like he makes it sound like he's concerned for this pasuk that we've been talking about. Guard your life very much. Well, says the Pele Yoetz, this is a little bit too much to guard your life. You don't have to be worried about that there might be a lion in the road. When was the last time that there was a lion in the road? Oh, the Vilna Gaon actually says a shachal is a Ari Hazaken. the translator over here thinks that it's a young one, but that's not according to the Vilna Gaon. Maybe he has another parish. And an Ari is one who's not yet Zaken. Okay, so that's that we understand. So we're not gonna, so that we saw this pasuk. And so that's an example of excessive concern for protecting one's life. That's not something to be concerned about. And on the contrary, if a person does feel concerned about that, the Pele says we have another mitzvah. I mean, we have another pasuk in Koheles. Let's take a look at this pasuk in Koheles 8:5. Koheles.
Yeah, that's one that I said just before, that just repeats what we've got here. But if you read 6 and 7 as well, then you get a little bit more out of it, I think.
Okay. Shoma mitzvah lo yeda devar ra. That's the what the Pele Yoetz quoted over here in pasuk Hey. Someone who is guards a mitzvah, he will not know evil. Okay. There's actually no Rashi on that part of the pasuk. Ve'esu mishpat yeda lev chacham. Okay. Esu mishpat yeda lev chacham. The heart of a chacham. Rev. Victor Miller says that the heart, when we see the heart, it's really referring to what we call the thinking process, and which we say that it's the mind, but nevertheless, that's the understanding and the knowledge of a chacham is, Rashi says, a chacham yodea, he knows, sheyesh eis kavua, lefkudas rishoyim, there is a fixed set time for the visiting upon the rishoyim of their just deserts. Umishpatim yesh lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and these judgments, they are standing before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, shesofo lihipara mehem. In the end of the day, there is going to be a reckoning, a day of reckoning. What was that game they had at the end of the game, the day of reckoning? Remember that? Was it called Clue? There was a board game called Clue or something like that. I don't remember right now.
There is a game called Clue, but I don't know it.
The day of reckoning.
I remember playing Clue, but I don't remember the day of reckoning.
Yeah, I remember that one. I was thinking, wow, that's a very striking. Play Monopoly. There's no day of reckoning on the board over there. It's just Park Avenue. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I played a lot of board games, and I don't recognize that phrase.
No? Okay. I mean, it's been about, I don't know, a long time, very long time since I ever played that game, but that's what I seem to remember. Okay. Anyway, so Roy is advising us to take a look at the next two psukim here.
I think so. Might help a bit more.
Ki l'chol chayfetz yesh eis u'mishpat, ki roas ha'adam rabba olav. Because for all For all desires, yesh es umishpat, there's a time and a judgment. Kirasa Adam, the evil of man, Rabba Alav, is very evil upon it. What is that all referring to? Says Rashi, Ki kol chayfetz, Sha Adam ose hefso, for over aldas, a person, he does according to his desires, and he violates he violates the das, the accepted proper conduct that's expected of an upstanding individual. Yesh es lihi para u mishpat u puranos muchedes. You shouldn't think that that Hashem's endless rachamim, Hashem is erech hapayim. The whole world, the Olam Hazeh, is erech hapayim, but there's a lot of slack that's cut to us. But Koheles is saying over here, but don't think that Hashem is a vatrin. Hashem is not mevater. He doesn't totally forgive it. There's a time that there's going to be a reckoning. Rasa Adam Rabba Alav, says Rashi. Kasher Rabba Rasa Adam Besaso Gedusha Oz Ba Pikudosoi. Oy vey, lo aleinu. Rashi says that the person has to be concerned that if a person is multiplying and increasing his sin, that his sa'aso gedusha, that his bag is going to get full one day, and if that happens, then that's not a good thing. Then it's going to be a time for visiting of the just desserts. Lo aleinu. Okay, fine. Yeah. What's the next pasuk? Ki enenu yodea ma shiyeh. Because one does not know what will be. Ki kasher yiyeh biyagidlo. Because when it will be, who can tell him this? No one can tell him that. Says Rashi, Rasha oiver avera. When an evil person transgresses and does a sin, enenu notain liboy. The fact that in the future there's going to be a day of reckoning. Oy loy bakach, and oy vavoy to him in that. So because when it will be, says Rashi, that's referring to the paranos, the consequences for his actions. Biyagidlo, who is there to tell him when that will be? Lihimalefbo, will he told bo etza, will he told reshus? Peta pitom yavienu. No, he's not going to be given a 3-day warning. It's not going to be given a notice of 30 days to it's gonna come upon him suddenly without him knowing about it. This day of reckoning. So therefore, it behooves him to set his affairs in order and shape up. The Ezus Hashem. Okay. So that's what it says in Koheles. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's those are worthwhile things to know, of course, Roy. Absolutely. Yashikoyach.
So am I hearing correctly that there's a there's a concept here of what I would call opening the floodgates, that if a person has received mercy and built up a certain number of sins or problems or whatever you're going to call them, but has not been taken into account on it because Hashem is being merciful, and then he goes and puts himself in danger. He causes all of them to flood out at once. Is that accurate?
Well, he didn't even get to the issue of putting himself in a dangerous situation yet. He's saying that even without putting himself in a dangerous situation, the pasuk in Koheles is saying we're not told, we're not given any notice on when this day of reckoning is going to be. So it's sort of like what Rebbe Eliezer said to his Talmidim in Avos. He said, "You should do tshuva the day before you take leave from this world." And the Talmidim said, "But Rebbe, how are we supposed to know what day that is going to be?" And he said, "Otazeh." Now you're getting it, right? So that's what the Koheles is saying over here too. So what should be our response over here? Our response should not be that we're broken by this, or we're full of anxiety that we can't get out of bed in the morning. No, that's not the response. But our response should be that we should be very careful about doing averas. And if we know that we are doing any avera or have done an avera, we should see to it that the earliest possible time that we have, which is, I guess, today, that's probably the earliest possible time to seek to do exercises and figure out what we could do to get ourselves to not do that again, right? That's basically the healthy response to what it is that we're hearing over here. And that's really why Hashem gives us so much slack and has so compassionate with us, is because he wants us to. He knows that and he knows that things are. We have all sorts of challenges, and he wants us to take the matter seriously, and he knows that it may take for many of us, most of all of us, it may take some time to work it out and get it corrected. So that's Hashem's kindness to us, but at the same time we have to make sure that we don't not lazy or procrastinate about doing that, because as the Koheles says, he says, who's going to tell us when that day is going to be? Okay.
Good morning. I'm back in. I had a social worker here before, so I had a.
Okay, wonderful. We're happy to have you back, Alan.
Yeah, thank you.
And
yeah, the government gives me a few hours of help.
Oh, very good.
I get and Joan gets, so we're taking up government money.
Could not think of a way it could be better spent.
But they're very nice. They're very, very good people.
Oh, good. Baruch Hashem. Very good. That's wonderful that you have somebody good.
Now they're trying to work out, because Joan's going to be going to physical therapy in a few weeks. She'll be able to go out and do that. So her hip is still bothering her, but she can walk around a little bit. So that's good.
Mm-hmm. Bezrat Hashem. Chazak v'yamatz. Gesund und stark.
We do what we can, and Hashem helps us, all of us.
Right. There's a session. Okay, so we got another Gemara over here. A Gemara in Kedushin 39b that the Pele Yoetz is quoted here. 39b.
You're all over the place. No, now you're static.
Oish. There we go. Okay, so Kedushin, Lamed Tes Lamed Beis. All right, so yeah, this is just look at the Mishnah on the top of the Amud. It says, Kol ha'osim mitzvah achas. Everyone that does one mitzvah, mativin lo, marichan lo yamav. They do good with him. They increase his days. Nochel esa'oretz. He will inherit the land. Kol she'enu osim mitzvah achas. The opposite. Lo aleinu. And if you're wondering what does it mean, he will eat from the land, nochel esa'aretz, or rather he'll inherit the land. Chaye ha'olam haba, says Rashi. So what this Mishnah is saying is that a mitzvah is good in this world for him, and also for the next world as well. Nativin lo, Rashi said, is mashma b'chai alma. That's referring to this world. Will be good for him because he did a mitzvah. There's no such a thing. We have to remember, there's no such a thing as a person losing out because he did a mitzvah. You see over here what this Mishnah says. If a person does even one mitzvah, metivin lo, it's good for him in this world as a result of, even in this world, as a result of the fact that he did that mitzvah. So anything that he sees as a fallout, and he wants to connect it to the fact that he did a mitzvah, he's got the wrong pshat in this Mishnah. Because this Mishnah is saying that that was not the reason that whatever that happened, and it's, of course, all for the best as well, in any case. But it wasn't because of the fact that he did this mitzvah. Okay. Okay, so now, I think we have to go later down in the Amud over here to talk about. Oh, this is also the Amud where it says right in the middle of the page. It says Rabbi Yaakov says schar mitzvah b'hayal maleka. The reward for a mitzvah in this world, there is no reward for a mitzvah in this world. Oh, so there's a lot of issues that are brought up in this Gemara over here. But in any case, the part of the Gemara that the Pele Yoetz quoted is, I believe, the end of the first wide line. So as always, the Gemara quotes this statement because it's in the middle of of dealing with a certain question that it has. So we're not going to go back to the whole thread over here, but we're just going to read what it says over here. Vaha. See, Vaha is you see the Gemara is asking a question over here based upon something that was said previously. Vaha, Amar Rabbi Elazar, Shluchei mitzvah, ones who are the shliach of a mitzvah, Einon nizokin, lo b'halichasan, v'lo b'chazirosan. What does it mean, a shluchei mitzvah? Oh, this is all very interesting over here. Yeah. Okay. So Rashi doesn't say, but the pshat is that he's on his way to fulfill a mitzvah. So he's called a shluchei mitzvah, like the Gemara in Sukkah that says that they're on their way to visit the Rebbe on Yom Tov. So they're shluchei mitzvah. Einu nizokin, they don't get any nothing, no nezik, no harm befalls them, not on the way there to do the mitzvah, but lo b'chazirosan, and not on the way back. This was the Gemara's question. The Gemara had a question. We're just going to have to go back here because we don't understand what the Gemara is saying over here in the next sentence. Because the next sentence is the Gemara says Sulam Re'ua Have. It was a rickety ladder that he fell off from. The Kviya Hazeka. This is a situation when you have a rickety ladder, a faulty ladder, that derech hateva, a rickety ladder is going to be a dangerous situation to go up on such a thing. So therefore, it's a place which the Gemara says is kviya hezeka, the hezek, the damage, the injury that could result is kavua. It's a not uncommon thing. The danger of injury will occur, and so therefore kol heicha de kviya hezeka, in the event where going to do a mitzvah is going to involve a case of kviya hezeka, lo samchinan anisa. We do not rely on a nace. Don't rely on a nace. Even, in other words, when you are on the way to perform a mitzvah. And how do you know that that is so? The Gemara says we have a proof that that is so. From a pasuk in Shmuel. V'yomar Shmuel. Now, what's the background for this pasuk? Is that Hashem instructed Shmuel Hanavi that he should go to Beis Lechem to anoint David with the Shemen HaMishcha in order to coronate him as the king of Israel. Sort of what you would call a secret ceremony. There's no one that knew about it except for Shmuel Hanavi and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But nevertheless, it doesn't need to be with a lot of pomp and fanfare. That will do the job. Except that Shmuel just had one question. V'yomer Shmuel, Eich Elech. But Hashem, how am I going to be able to go and do that? Ushama Shaul v'haragani. When the king finds out, when the sitting king, Shaul HaMelech, he's still the king. He's the official king. When he finds out that I'm on my way to coronate David to be the king, so he's going to kill me. So how could it be that Shmuel Hanavi could be afraid for his life if Hashem told him to go and do something. He told him to do something. What greater mitzvah is there than that? So we see from over here that in the case of a situation which is kaviyah hazeka, where the possibility of injury is a known and a common occurrence in such a situation, so then we say don't rely on Hashem protecting you in that situation. Okay. Okay, so
Oh, it's time.
it's time. Now is the time. Yasher koyach,
Okay,
Mayor, and everyone for joining us today.
very good.